Good morning and welcome back. A Fox News alert overnight. Iran firing back at President Trump, burning the American flag after he declared the nuclear deal is dead.
Iran's parliament speaker calling President Trump's decision a diplomatic show. Here now to weigh in is Israeli Special Forces veteran Aaron Cohen. Aaron, thanks so much for coming on this morning. It's interesting to see, 3 years after this deal was signed, a deal that so many didn't like, including even people like Chuck Schumer. Now we pull out and everybody's got an opinion on this.
Well, it's typical of guys like Chuck Schumer and all of the negatrons running around Washington who are just, echo chamber conformists. I mean, the whole premise of which Trump is sitting in office right now was his ability to make these kind of unconventional deals based on unconventional thinking. And we're in an unconventional war right now, guys, and that's what terror is. It's constantly a shift in tactics. And, look, Iran is the Coca-Cola or the Pepsi of sponsorship when it comes to terrorists. And so the president's decision to pull out of this deal, it's almost been in the coming for a long time. This is something that's needed to be done. So to everyone, I say too bad. It just had to get done. This is a terror response. This is a state that literally just sponsors terror systematically. This deal had to happen. There's nothing good about Iran with any type of nuclear weapons. And we saw with that Israeli operation, by the way, which was 24 months in the making of human intelligence gathering, physical surveillance. And they showed that the Iranians were still putting together a nuclear bomb. So the intel was real. President Trump's reaction was on point. And, to the rest of the world who's got a problem with it, this is about our national security, and I think it was a brilliant move.
Let's take a look at how this could play out in the upcoming days, weeks, months. In 6 months, the U.S. may begin sanctioning banking, energy, and related activity. In 90 days, the U.S. may sanction anything else exempted under the JCPOA, like precious metals. Aaron, how do you think this plays out with our allies?
Well, it's going to piss them off. There's no question about it. But the Europeans are, they're all about the European leadership and the European economy and the struggle that they've had and the problems that Europe's been having for quite some time now. It's all economically based, and so they're going to cry because the money's going to stop pouring in. Iran, they do a lot of business with Iran, and as soon as you cut off that funnel, as soon as you cut off that gateway to the dollars, they're going to start crying wolf. The Europeans are about when it comes to Iran, the money, the cash flow, boosting their economy, their personal interests. And again, it has nothing to do with the United States. We have to take care of ourselves as Americans. We've got a terror issue here. We've got, we've got all kinds of problems that the president understood very early on when he ran.
And you make a, not to cut you up, you make a great point that, nukes or no nukes, it's our money. It's money that we're buying oil with that's going to fund terror and all of this nonsense happening in the Middle East, and I think that really is a big deal. And we want to switch over right now to North Korea and another country we're dealing with the same problem with, a country that we've strangled, financially with sanctions, and it's actually working, or at least it appears to be working right now. And I want to ask you, is the reason that Pompeo jumped on this plane to go over there right before even the speech was made yesterday about pulling out, is that to reassure North Korea that we can be trusted? Because a lot of the criticism here is that you pull out of the Iran deal, how do other foreign nations trust the United States?
Well, those are all great questions, and I think first of all, Pompeo is the former director of the CIA. He's been running the top spycraft agency in the world for quite some time now, and understands that when it comes to dealing with North Korea, he physically, as the former head of the CIA, needs to actually get on the plane himself, and it's very smart. But listen, CIA is and spycraft and doing these types of negotiations. I think it does instill confidence by him actually going there. And I think that at the end of the day, by him getting on that plane and sitting down face to face with that leader in North Korea, he's going to be able to make him feel comfortable by laying out a personalized, sustained plan. North Korea is about the money also here. Everyone's about the money on this thing. And so with the North Koreans know that they're going to look, the strangling works. We've shown that it works. As soon as you cut off the carotid artery and there's no blood flow to the brain anymore, you pass out and you hit the ground. And so so we saw it work with North Korea, and now we're sending our top former CIA chief over there to say, okay, look, we're going to give you a little bit here, and this is what's going to happen over here. And what I mean by that is it's time to stop your nuclear thing, but we're going to make sure to get your economy jump-started.
Absolutely.
And so I think it's playing out perfectly, and I think this is good business. We're seeing good business on behalf of the president.
And a lot of people wonder when those hostages are going to come home, the three of them. We keep our eye on that for sure. Aaron Cohen, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.